So once again, I'm grateful for all of the individuals that are here. We have 53 participants, which is wonderful. If those participants would like to put on their cameras, it's something that I'm going to be saying again and again. Please do so that so that our presenters don't feel like they are alone today. So thank you so much. At this time, if she's here, Liz, are you around with us?
Hiya,
So,
I'm here. It's
yeah.
just my camera's kind of not working at the moment for some reason. I'm trying to get it sorted, but I am here.
Okay.
If you just give me like literal 2 minutes.
Oh, that's fine. That is fine. So Liz is going to be looking at safeguarding today. So she's going to be looking at all things akin to that. So that's what she's going to be doing in a couple of minutes' time. After that, we're going to have our section on leadership. The person who is going to be doing that is Craig Gooden. Many of you may know him. Some of you have experienced some of the things that he's done before. He's been the director of peace and has worked with the church hand in hand for quite a long time. So he's really going to be looking at leadership a little bit later on. Then there will be a break. And then after that, we have our teens director who's with us, Horace Radcliffe. I almost said Pastor Horace Radcliffe. I'm not sure that he would appreciate that, but he will be looking at organizing the youth calendar. What can be done? How do we do it? Everything that's associated with that. And then we'll look at area communication. If we need to change things around, then we'll do so. But that is currently the running order. In fact, what we'll do is while Liz is doing that, I'll go through a little bit of something that I wanted to talk about, which means that my presentation a little bit later will be even shorter, which you may be glad to hear. So I just want to share this with you. So let me do this. Can we all see the screen that I'm sharing?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. So what I was going to go through this afternoon was really about area communication. And maybe I will leave that side of things till this afternoon. But before we get there, I just wanted to look at what the theme of the youth department is, and what its vision is. When we look at a vision is something that we aspire to. It's something that we want to achieve. It's something that we haven't necessarily got to yet, but it's a place that we want to get to. So the vision or the theme for the NEC Youth Department at this point in time is connected. And that is connected people, connected purpose, and connected praise. Because ultimately what we want to be is we want to be connected to Christ. But what does this actually mean? First of all, we want to be people who are connected to Christ. I think ultimately that's what we want to be, and we want our young people to be as well. As well as that, we want to be connected with others and we want to be in community. So here I've got safe people. In the past, I used to say that we need to be a church which is a safe church. And ideally, that would be wonderful, but it's not something that I say anymore. What I actually say is that every individual here, all 50 something of us, we need to be safe people. We need to be the people that our young people trust. We need to be people that our young people recognize that we have their best interests at heart so that they have somebody to go to. It may not be a whole church that is like this. Because, let me be very honest, sometimes it can only take one person for a church not to be a safe place. In a church of 100, it could take one person for the church not to be a safe place. But it doesn't mean that those 99 people can't be safe people. So that those 99 people are able to embrace our young people and say, look, I recognize that you're going through a lot, but I'm here for you and I have your best interests at heart.
Mhm.
How many of us want to commit to be safe, to being safe people? Do people want to commit to being safe people?
Yes.
Yes. Same.
It's a big commitment and mistakes will be made, but I think it's very important that we commit to doing this for our young people. Continuing on with connected people, we're looking at physical, mental, and emotional, as well as spiritual health. All of that is under the banner of care and compassion. Because we care about people, we want people to be in a safe space. Because we care about one of God's children, which is ourselves, we care about people's physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So connected people is care and compassion. Connected purpose. We're looking at our identity. Who are we? What do we believe? Who am I in the eyes of Christ? We're really looking at our identity, who we are. Because if we don't look at our identity, we don't know the purpose that we have. So once we understand our identity, we're looking at mentorship, discipleship, evangelism, all of those things. How do we share what we have with other people? And not only that, how can people use their creativity in order to do that as well? There are certain ways which people have been taught to do this, but there are new ways and developing opportunities to do this as well. So it's about teaching, but it's also about learning from each other in the different situations that we find ourselves in, the best way to reach as many people as possible. And so, as well as that comes equipping and teaching, and all of that is mission. So why are we here? What is our mission? What are we going to do? And then last but not least, it's connected praise. When you hear the word praise, what comes to mind?
Worship.
So worship, do you want to expand on that a little bit?
I would say exalting God for who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fantastic. So it's really recognizing God for who he is. Anyone else have any thoughts on that?
I think about gratitude.
Yeah.
Gratitude. Wonderful.
I'll
Janelle,
say
I see
appreciating
your hand as well.
everything that he has done for us.
Appreciating everything that he has done for us.
For me, I think it's can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you very well.
Okay. So I think with when it comes to connected praise, it's all of the above that a few people just said. It's not only prayer, but also worship wise and even singing hymns and the lifestyle choices that we do really, whether it's being healthy, and all sorts, and also connected with other people by God's grace as well, connecting people to tell people who Jesus is and etc. So yeah.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Quitter, I see your hand up as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think with connected praise, I'm just speaking in regards to music. I know in church people have preference when it comes to music. People like this kind of music, whether it's gospel, contemporary music, hymns. But connected praise gives that sort of idea that when we come to worship together as a community, and so we appreciate that there's something for everyone. I know young people, want type of music, and then it will just be like young against old. But if we can have something where we'll be able to have everyone involved, like, total involvement, total worship together, then that's how we can be connected and praise.
So thank you for that. So here we have, I'm going to go to Lorraine and then and then we'll continue. So
Morning,
thank you,
everyone.
Sister Lorraine.
Oh, yeah. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah. Morning, everyone. I think as well, I think connected praise as well. It's not just praising, ensuring young people don't just praise God in the good times, it's in their challenges as well. And sometimes they forget that. It's when they go through challenges, they start struggling. Where is God? So it's about connected praise and ensuring that God is in there in the midst of your challenges.
That is wonderful. And our sister from Cornwall.
Okay. Praise, I just think of admiration, approval of something that I admire this character or I admire this. And if you praise someone, then you are, you're admiring, you are acknowledging.
So it's an admiration and it is an acknowledging.
Yes.
You know, everything that we do is praise. Sometimes when we look at praise, we look at it from a very narrow perspective. And while that does have part of its components are a part of that, praise is about everything that we do. It's because God has done so much for us. How do we respond to God? That is what praise is.
Yeah.
So it is a part of our devotional life. It is a part of our prayer life. Public and private worship is all a part of that, no matter what you're going through. So it could be during challenging times. This is when we praise. It could be during the happy times. This is when we praise. But it's also about how we respond to God as we live our lives. He's done so much for us, and I just want to do what he wants me to do. So it's how we live our lives as well. And so there is a corporate component, there's a community component, and there is also a component between myself and the maker of the universe as well. So let's not limit God in what we do and what we say. And this is the vision that I have for the NEC Youth Department. So connected people, connected purpose, connected praise. Just move on very, very quickly, and I'm going to stop after this. I just wanted to share with you. Last year, the youth department put out a survey, and the survey looked at various components of what our young people are looking for, what our young people are struggling with, and I'm just going to share one thing with you. And it's this particular slide here. And the survey says, which topics would you like to see addressed? As you can see, the main topic there is purpose and identity. A lot of our young people, they're struggling with those things. And so that is going to be one of the strategic focuses, one of the things that we're going to be looking at. As well as that, and this did surprise me, but perhaps it shouldn't have, work-life balance. So it is good that we're working, that our young people have jobs, that they are engaging with that, but it seems as though there's a struggle between how to work and also how to look after themselves as well. So something very practical. What is appropriate to do, what is not appropriate to do. And so that's something that I believe we can have a conversation about. Craig Gooden, who's going to be doing a presentation later, is a part of ASI, which is the Young Professional Network. It's a ministry that they have. And I'll be having some longer term discussions with him. How can we look at that and what can we do there? Mental health. Mental health is a huge thing, from anxiety and depression to all of the other mental health things that people are going through. I'll tell you this story. I went to university with someone, and now that person is a lecturer at a university. And I was talking to him, this was a few months ago, and he said to me, you know, the students today are different from the students in our day because they need a lot more care, they need a lot more attention, they're a lot more anxious than we were, and they just need to be walked through things with somebody who holding their hand, whereas we didn't necessarily need the same things. So things are changing, and we need to recognize that. and not only recognize it, put things in place so that we can help our young people as they are navigating their mental health, as they're navigating various things that they're going through. Relationships and dating, that's another big one. So that's something, again, that we can look at. And there are many other things, including social justice and many other things, but I think our focus is really going to be on those things. Looking at identity and purpose, just so our young people understand who they are in Jesus and understand from there why we are here.